Hello guys, welcome back to Solid Motion VFX. This time we will show you a quick explosion with the Octane render. As you remember in one of the other tutorials I made, there we used the Arnold render to do. So we're going to use a similar explosion setup with thinking particles. Here we rendered out with Arnold, but now we're going to try one with the Octane render. So here's a nice explosion. You see really get some nice billing going on there. So it looks really nice with the Octane render. So this is what we're going to try to create. So here we are inside 74D, and we will just set up a basic particle system. This tutorial is more on the Octane render side. I already did like 3 explosion tutorials, so you can just watch them. But we'll use thinking particles instead of the emitter, because I think it's more flexible. You have much more resources to play with there, so I definitely think we can do that. So let's start creating a null, call that emitter source, and let's give it a espresso tag, drag it in here, expose the global position as well as the global matrix. And then right click, new node, thinking particles, generator, p-storm. So position to position, and then we need the alignment here. Like so. Let's open this, and so now we have our particles coming out from the null, but we do want to control the null here, so let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah, this is the angle we want. So let's make some few changes here. First off, on the first keyframe, we want a burst coming out, so we just say 0 here, then we go 1 frame ahead. Then we say 2000 particles. Oh, sorry, 2000 particles. And then 1 frame ahead again. And then it's gonna be 0. Yep, we like that. And then let's see, for the life 8. Life variation 10%. We definitely want to give it some speed here, so let's say 650. Speed variation 20%. Leave the size as it is, and then we want to come out in a half sphere. So let's see what we have now. Let's look at it from the top. Yes. This is definitely what we're going for here. So let's add it into a particle source. Let's unlock this. Look at the particle source and open the espresso thinking particle settings, and then you can just, I like to name these source, and we want to bring that into the particles source here, so FUMEFX can read the data. And let's give it some radius 7. Maybe 6. I actually like 7. Let's keep it at 7. So let's go into the map, make a little falloff here. So control click. So we'll and let's see here. Same with this. So these are linear right now. Let's go in and make them spline, and the same with this point. spline, so we have a little more smooth curve here as to when it's gonna fade out, and that's because we have the H channel set here. Okay, that's good. Let's go in and add in our FUMEFX, and let's just see how much we're gonna cover here. So let's give it some room to play with. Uh, 600 here. For the height, let's just give it 400, like so. And what we're gonna do is, because we know that smoke will go above the grid and also to the sides, then we go over to the boundless. X is on the left and right, just say X both, and the Y, we want the grid to continue upwards, so we just say Y plus, and we're not going for final sim yet, so just leave it as it is. Let's add in 3 light sources. I should actually have just choose one of them and then made copies. And let's see here, let's place them one here, one in the back here, one over here, a little bit back, like so. Okay, and let's bring them into the FUMEFX illumination tab. Lock this down, choose all your lights, bring them in. All right, and jittering to step size 200, sorry, and the jittering 20%, and we definitely want to use the multiple scattering. Maximum depth 8, falloff 9, and let's lower it, the fire strength, like so. And let's see, for the rendering, step size 150, jittering 25%. For the fire itself, let's make it, give it a gradient here. Even though that it doesn't matter right now, because you're gonna use the gradient inside the Octane. And for the smoke, make it a grayish color here. So, and lower the opacity to 0.7, like so. And the smoke, set that fire setup, illumination setup. Okay, so into your general tab, make sure take the temperature channel as well. We want to have that channel. And then one of the most important thing before you start simming is rename in your default path, rename FXD to VDB. So that's the volume database here. And then of course choose a path for where you want to save it. Just give it a good place. I would use an SSD hard disk for that. I will do that with all the sims I'm doing. Now we're going to the simulation. So bump up the quality. So these settings I've done in the other tutorial, so I'm just going to run quickly through these. So 0.5 on that. Time scale 1.9. And vorticity string 0.7. And the turbulence, you'll do like a 3 in the beginning. You'll do 3, and then just a couple of frames, it should go down to 0. Yep, scale 5, detail level up, and blocking side, we want the bottom to be blocking side, so that's Y negative. So for the fuel here, so we're gonna play with the burn rate. So let it start at, let's say 10, make a keyframe, and then a couple of frames, put it down to 3. So start from 10 and then it's gonna go down to 3. So this is controlling how much fire you have, how much the fire will go in and illuminate the smoke. Burn variation 0.9, heat production 15, expansion 1.9, fire create smoke, set that actually to 15, like so. Smoke buoyancy, we're gonna leave that. So temperature buoyancy, put that down to 0.5. Okay, so now you should have everything set up here. Now you just go and start your simming. Alright guys, so I started it at frame 41 because we want to go into Octane, and that's the main purpose of this tutorial here. So remember, we have from frame 0 to 41, and in your files there's four digits. So as you can see here, 0015, and all of them is named VDB. So switch to your Octane layout. I just have this pre layout I like for Octane, and I'm gonna choose the diffuse here, specs up. So right now if we fire up Octane, you can see we have nothing right now. So first of all, let's bring in a volume, so objects, then VDB volume, like so, and then go into the volume here, and let's just give us some room here. So for the main, we know that the start frame is 0 and the end is 41. So let's put in these digits, and we have 4 in the digits. Leave meter as it is, and then bring in your path. So when you have that path in, let's do a quick move here, see what we got. So when I play the scrub the timeline, you can see I'm getting some images here, but it's placed wrongly. So go into your coordinate, and then on your rotation give it a -90, like so, and then let's play it now. So now you can definitely see we got it in there. So back to the main, sorry, the VDB observation mapping, go to smoke, and the same with scatter mapping, go to smoke, and for the emission mapping, go to fire fuel here, and let's see here, then we go into the medium, and in the volume medium here, we'll take the volume steps down to 0.02, like so, and we definitely want a low number here, 0.2, and let's play with the density. But actually, I think we keep it at 100 right now. So for the we need a light, of course. So let's add in a light first. Object, and go to light. Let's just bring in an area light. Let's of course position that, and go into the Octane light and make sure we have ray traced hard on here. Right now it's obscured by our light here, We just want an angle here, like so. Okay, and let's see here. So the trick here to actually get some fire emission going on is to go into the volume medium here and then twirl down the emission tab here. Then in the emission we need to add in a texture emission and make sure it's completely white, like so. And then in the emission ramp you're gonna go into plugins, Octane, and make a volume gradient, like so. And the volume gradient, twirl down and make your gradient colors here. So that could be your fire color, just as before we saw it. You can choose however you want to set it up, but it's in here. So you set all your coloring, everything up here, take the max value to 1. So you're gonna play with these values, the max value here, and let's see what we got. And of course inside of your final compositing, After Effects, whatever, will go in there, and then you will of course do some color correction in there. So the max value, and then inside the emission, twirl it down, this power tab, these are the two values you're gonna play with to make a good gradient. So right now it's 10. Look what happens if I say power 1. It's getting even darker, but if I bump it up, you get more of the gradient color introduced into the contrast here. So this is a great way of shading your explosion. So there it is, guys. Just a quick setup. I hope you liked it, and it gives you some really nice result with the Octane. So that's from my favorite render. So thank you for this time, guys. See you later.